G'day guys, it's Ben here to bring you another video. This one is going to be looking at workshop safety. So typically I think a lot of people can save fantastic amounts of money by doing a lot of the DIY or do-it-yourself kind of stuff. Make your own workbenches or beds or furniture from around the house. It's really easy to do. Anyone can do it. It takes a little bit of time, maybe an hour or so in a weekend, and you can actually start achieving projects. It doesn't need to be expensive. You can use free pallet wood from most sort of industrial sites or big like major shopping centres, that kind of stuff. You'll find pallets just floating around, and I'm sure if you check with someone they'll tell you that those things are free. Not always, but generally speaking, pallets are free. And there's so much you can do and so much you can achieve, and I think it's a fantastic thing to do, especially on, I think in a hobby farm. You really have to be able to learn how to do a lot of things yourself if you want to be able to save some money. And some of those kind of projects you can imagine being things like fencing and building shelters and that kind of stuff. It can save you a fortune. So, but inside the workshop, when we're making this stuff, it's really important to pay attention to a little bit of safety, and a few seconds that are spent on safety can save you so much more. I've worked in frontline health. That was my profession for about 16 years of my life. I actually worked in the UK and also in Australia in nursing and paramedical type roles, and I can assure you that power tools and DIY certainly can cause a lot of problems. So there's a few things we can do that are going to minimise that, and let's take a look at a few of them. I think the first thing to do is to try and keep everything in a tidy kind of format. So keep your tools tidy, put your cords away. I believe in using cordless tools or battery operated tools where possible. And I also believe in putting your tools away once you're finished with them, so you're not tripping over your tools, and everything it not only looks neat and tidy, but it's a really good standard to have, and it I think shows a level of professionalism, and I think that's really important. I think the second thing to do is to have a plan. So when you're going to do a project, think about that project for a few hours. Think about how you're going to achieve whatever it might be. Maybe you're going to build yourself a shelf or something like that. Have a good idea on how you're going to do that, the dimensions of the timber you need, how you're going to make the cuts, how you're going to assemble it, and those kind of things. And that way, when you're actually doing your build, it can flow quite easily, and I think that's really important. And then you're not sort of, you get halfway through your build and then you think, oh, you know what, I don't have enough screws. You go out to the hardware store, you come back, and then you think, oh, you know what, I need some glue, and it makes it so much more frustrating, and it really does take the enjoyment away. When we're actually working on our projects, there's a few really important things we can do. Safety goggles or safety glasses are really important, and I think that we all need to use them more than we do. Sometimes I've used tools and realised, oh, you know what, I'm not actually using my glasses. So safety glasses are a really important thing, and they don't cost that much money. When you think about it, $10 or $15, and even if you go through a set of glasses every year or so, big deal. Compare that to the price of damaging your vision or something just because a splinter of wood went the wrong way or something like that. And when we're using power tools, it's also worth mentioning, treat them with respect. So many DIY projects can end in disaster, and it really doesn't need to be the case. Hearing protection is another really good one. I'm a massive fan of 3M, the Peltor brand, and these ones are the X system, and they cost about $45. You can get all kinds of different ones. There's like electronic ones, there's ones with a Bluetooth radio kind of thing in them as well. There's all sorts of different things. The noise cancelling headphones are really good because it's going to just cut out the high tones, and means that you're going to protect your hearing for longer, and that way you can get more enjoyment out of life and also out of your projects for longer. Another thing you can also invest in is a mask, especially when you're doing a lot of sanding or even a lot of cutting and that kind of stuff. Having a decent mask, this one cost about $45 or so. Obviously you can pay a lot more, all depends on what you want. But a mask is a really good thing to have, and the reason for that I think is that, as I say, it's going to protect your airways and protect you in the long run. So some simple things we can do there, guys. Doesn't need to cost that much money. Really easy to do, and can save you so much sort of pain and heartache in the future. So thank you for watching. Thanks for your time and patience. Please like and subscribe to this video. Please share, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.